going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we are going to be working on the Mercedes ML320. Yeah, we got the radiator. We're going to get the radiator replaced in it. And yeah, I know, ignore the BMW. I've been having some fun with it on the side because I actually really like this car. In fact, I've really been considering buying one that's all sorted, but I probably shouldn't. It's probably the last thing I should do right now. So I've been messing with that, but we're going to get onto this. I want to get the bumper replaced. I want to get it cleaned up because it's pretty filthy. And we definitely got to get this radiator replaced. As you look at this, look at that mount right there. It snapped. It's completely broken off the radiator. So to get to the radiator, we got to pull off the upper support, which consists of 1, 2, 3, and I believe there's a fourth bolt hidden down there. Same thing over here, 1, 2, 3. Fourth bolt is under there. So the headlight's got to come out. It's going to be a 10. The rest of these look like 13s. You've got a 19 mil up top, a couple 10 mils that hold the fan shroud on the bottom. 2 power steering hoses over here. Then you've got 2 transmission lines over here, lower hose, upper hose. And that should be about it. Of course, the fans, which are attached to the condenser. The condenser has to be lifted, pulled, the blah, blah, blah. We also want to get this bumper replaced too. I think Weird Beard is going to paint the bumper that Monkey Wrench Mike gave us, so it should look a lot better with a black bumper, the rest of the car being black, and a bumper it's not shot. A good radiator. We'll probably use the air bleed system on it as well. And then what do you think we should get for this car? I mean, listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to BS you, but I think at $1,800, it should bring around $1,500. You know, number one, it's a Mercedes. Number two, although the wheels, in my personal opinion, are ugly, someone's going to love those wheels. Someone's going to absolutely love the wheels, the stance. It does run out well. It does drive fairly well, although it rides pretty rough. But from what everybody's been telling me, that's how an ML rides. I don't know why anybody would spend the money on a Mercedes so that you could be ridden around in something that feels like an old school 4-wheel drive pickup truck. But anyway, you know what? For $1,500, it does have cold air. It needed half a can of refrigerant. I put half a can. That's all it was. Only half a can load, which is about 6 ounces. Once we put 6 ounces of refrigerant in it, man, the air conditioning came right back to life. It does run. It does drive. And it's not awful to look at, I don't think. I don't know. What do you guys think? Personally, you know, I think as an A to B car, $1,500, something like that, I think it'll make somebody a decent vehicle. So go ahead and comment below and you can tell me what you think you would expect to get out of something like this. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to stop worrying about what could be, and we're going to focus on what is. What is a broken radiator. We got to get started on this. So let's start with, let's get the headlights out, start pulling that bumper off. Might as well. Since this is not a how-to video, I'm not going to go through step by step. It's really self-explanatory, guys. The headlights are out, and that's it. Hey, look what we found. We found a rag down there. That's cool. We can always use more rags. Now, I'm going to clean and polish the headlights anyway. I do have a headlight restoration kit somewhere around here. I think that's it right there with a drill, new lens. All right, we're going to clean the headlights anyway. I want this thing to at least look decent. It does run and drive, so let's try to make it look somewhat reasonable for the next purchaser. Next thing we got to do is we got to get this upper core support off. Then I'm probably going to tackle the upper hose and the fan shroud. There are, as I said, 4 13 mil bolts holding the upper support on. We get those off, it should pull this whole thing off and out of the way. Then we have access to our fans. Let's move on to doing that next. So while I was under there, I decided to go ahead. This bumper was already half off anyway. I figured let's just go ahead and take it off. There's what's left of the old bumper. Really, it's very simple. There's like maybe 6 10mm bolts and nuts that hold this thing in. So now we're ready for the new bumper to go on. I figure we're already here doing this. Let's go ahead and knock this out while we're at it. Upper core support is off. Cooling fans disconnected. You have full access to everything here. A couple more 10 mils, one there, and this should release our fans. I think at that point we can lift up, pull the cooling fans out. Then we can move the condenser. You can see where the radiator was actually busted from an impact right here. Look at that. I mean, just a hole right in the radiator, guys. Awful. All right, guys, we're starting to make some moves here. We're getting it. This condenser was a bit of a bear to get off of there, and there are these little clips that hold the condenser and radiator together. Definitely got to take these off. These were kind of a bear. One of them flew way over there. I got to go get it. But now that we've got access to the radiator, we got to climb underneath. I've taken the upper hose off. We still have the upper and lower power steering lines on this side. We still have the transmission lines on this side. Next step is to get this shroud off. There's two 10 millimeter bolts at the very bottom on the back side going in this direction, holding the shroud on. So we're going to get that off next. And you can see this is I believe the Vallejo. That's it's like an AutoZone brand or something, isn't it? I don't know. It's definitely an aftermarket radiator. So I'm going to get those tins off. Let's get that shroud out. Let's see what we got going next. Boy, have we created one hell of a mess over here, guys. Whew, let me tell you. Yeah, we got our work cut out for us now. The radiator pops in. There's these little rubber grommets, one down there, rubber grommet down there. Radiator sits in there real good. This evaporator is attached to the radiator, and it's hard to get out. This was it wasn't hard, but my goodness, it was kind of ridiculous the amount of crap you got to go through just to pull a radiator out of this SUV. Luckily, it didn't cut me, so I'm a-okay. Now it's time to transfer some of the stuff from this radiator, such as these air deflectors, over to this radiator. Those are very important to have. Definitely helps with cooling. We're going to get all that stuff swapped over, and we're going to get this radiator into this vehicle. And hopefully, we'll be able to button this up tonight. We're getting there, boys and girls. We're getting there. Whew. The air deflectors are back on, and we've got to tap them into where they go on the body. But the radiator is sitting in place, which means it's just a matter of reconnecting hoses and basically putting all of this crap back together in the reverse order of taking it apart. Hopefully I can remember how to do that. I guess I'm going to try to knock this out. We'll come back when I've accomplished a little bit more. So it looks like we're finally making some progress. We got the majority of the front end put back together. And now it's a matter of just cleaning up the headlights, installing the bumper. Everything else is connected. All of the hoses, all the associated bracketry, the cooling fans, everything is all back together. So we're going to polish up those headlights, try to make them look as good as we can. Then we'll vacuum bleed the cooling system down, and we'll use that airlift system to vacuum feed fresh coolant into the radiator. That way we make sure we've got no air pockets, no air bubbles in the system. European cars prefer to be air bled, vacuum bled I should say. I think we managed to do this without losing a single nut or bolt, which is kind of unheard of. Yeah, here's the other headlight bolt. It's the only one I was worried about missing. I think we are almost ready to put this thing back together. And before we go, I want to show you the headlights, right? Just so you can see them one more time. That's what they look like now. Let's clean them up and see what they look like when we're done. So I decided before I finished up to do a before and after. This is the after, this is before. Hopefully you can see the yellow, hazy, just nasty, nasty. And then when you move up here, it's this nice, crisp, clean and clear headlight assembly. So just so you can see one more time, before, after. What do you think? Let's get this other one cleaned up. Let's get the front of this SUV put back together. And there you go. Hopefully they both look about as good as one another. In fact, I almost think this bottom one came out a little bit better. I spent quite a bit of time working on these, trying to make these things as nice as possible. I probably spent about the last 45 minutes on these lights. So I hope they look better than they did before. Let's get them back on the SUV and see what they look like installed. Now, any of you that may remember the airlift system, this is the way I like to vacuum feed coolant into the system. You run your shop's compressor to it with a minimum of 90 psi. I've got mine at about 110 right now. You got this cool little gauge. You want this gauge to be in the green, to be around the 25 mark over here, at which point you want to disconnect it. Let it sit on the system for approximately 20 or 30 seconds. As long as the needle isn't moving backwards, you don't have any leaks. Now you will collapse hoses, okay? That's kind of a given. You guys have seen that before. I'm gonna see if I can connect this one-handed. I probably can't. Here we go. We'll hold this on here. That's closed, and this is open. So as we hold this, you'll see these hoses here are now collapsing. Look how flat that is. Look at that. And you'll see this gauge quickly start moving into the green. Like I said, once it reaches about 25, we can shut off the valve, and we'll just sit here and wait for about 20 to 30 seconds to see if it moves. If it does, we have leaks in the system that need to be addressed. If we don't see it move, then obviously we're good to proceed with vacuum filling up the cooling system. So she is right about where she needs to be right now. And at this point, I'm going to shut it off, disconnect the air supply. There you go. Okay. As you can see, it's not moving. Hopefully you can see that anyway. That's a good sign. It's a really good sign. Okay, so I'm gonna let it sit there for just a little bit longer, and then we can start filling it up with coolant. So we've got a couple gallons of what I hope to be the right coolant. Peak Original Equipment European Vehicles, okay? 2 gallons of this, 50-50 pre-diluted. I've got a bucket that I'm gonna put it in, at which point I will then take the screen end of this right here, put it into said bucket full of antifreeze, and then I can open the valve and you can watch it vacuum fill the system up. So here we go. I've got my bucket full of blue coolant, and we are going to begin by opening valve number 1, and then valve number 2. There she goes. Look at that. Tell me that is not cool, right? You can see the gauge is slowly backing down as it fills up with coolant. And you can see the bucket is becoming more and more empty. It's very important not to let air get into the system. So if your bucket starts running low, you definitely want to shut that valve off. You don't want to get air out into your system. This is the coolest damn thing I've seen in a long time. The hoses are still collapsed as she fills up with fluid. Now I'm going to shut off the valves for just a moment. I want to make sure you can see the bucket's getting really, really low. All right, so I'm going to need to tip this bucket and do the rest of this by hand. We'll come back when it's done. Look at all the air bleeding out of the system on its own right there. Look at that. How cool is that, guys? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm not going to say it's complete, but it looks pretty good to me. Coolant is full. It's getting nice and warm. The heat is on, and the heat is feeling really, really nice as well. So I guess we need to just take it on a test drive. What do you think? Let's make sure. What do you think? What do you think of the way it looks? The blue bumper and the. Yeah. Hey, man, it is what it is. It looks better than it did. I'm gonna take it for a quick drive. We'll see how it does. So we are taking this bad boy out on a nice little drive. Let's see how it does with the new radiator. The last time it was stop and go and stop and go all the time. Temperature gauge creeping up on us. And although the video quality is going to suck because it is nighttime, I just feel the need to take it on a, I don't know, how about a 3.5 mile drive? Yeah, it'll be 3.5 to about 4 miles by the time we get back. Oh, that exhaust sounds nice. There are no warning lights on the dash. I know the center cluster is it's a little dark. I don't know how it comes out on camera, but I can actually see the speedometer relatively well, but on camera I don't think it comes out all that great. You can see there are no warning lights on at all. We're going 40 miles an hour, and so far so good. The headlights are looking really good right now. I'm gonna keep my eye on that temperature gauge. And you know what? Honestly, now that I'm driving it, it doesn't feel that bad anymore. Like, it actually seems like it's riding pretty decent. I think she was just pissed off because she didn't have any coolant. And now she's happy. And she's like, you know what? I'm gonna do you right. I'm gonna do you right because you took care of me. That's a beautiful cluster right there, guys. Beautiful cluster in a Mercedes with no crazy warning lights. I'm gonna continue on my drive. We'll come back here in just a little bit. So, guys, I don't know what to say. The heat is hot. I know you probably can't see the speedometer. We'll smash on it. Look at this. She takes off. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's 55, guys. And she is just cruising like there's no issue at all, man. None. I'm feeling real good about this one, boys. I'm feeling real good. So I just wanted to double check and make sure everything was still doing all right, and it is. We have good pressure on the cooling system, and it is nice and hot. The coolant reservoir is full of nice, beautiful blue fluid. The SUV is running and driving very well. So as far as I can tell, and we still don't have any lights on, no warning lights on the dash at all. Nice hot heat blowing out of the vents. The temperature gauge is right where it needs to be, just above the middle. 115,000 miles on this bad boy. I'm very happy with it, and I think we're gonna call that a wrap for tonight. Not to worry, that's not an end to this video. We're gonna come back tomorrow because we've got to clean it up. It's filthy on the outside and on the inside. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up, looking as good as we can, and then we are gonna send it down to Weird Beard Auto Sales, guys. See you in the morning. As promised, we are back. It is daytime, and we have the Mercedes ML320. So you can actually see it in the daylight. Oh man, that sun is bright. Yeah, she needs a good cleaning. Like I said, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that today. We're gonna do that right now. I really feel bad about washing it right now, though. Truthfully, it's so hot out here that all it's gonna do is leave water spots all over the poor thing. But it's got to be done. Water spots or not, it's absolutely filthy. We got to clean out the interior and get it ready to send down to Weird Beard. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up, get these windows rolled up, and let's see how she does. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's weird. She didn't want to start up today. Yeah, normally she starts up just fine, but she just wasn't feeling it today, I guess. Get those windows up and get this bad boy cleaned out. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. It's about as cleaned up as I'm going to be able to get it with the amount of time I have to do it today. It did leave some water spots and some, you can actually see in some of it. I mean, the paint is so crappy anyway that I don't think it really matters, do you? I don't know. The paint on this is just rough. I think the wheels came out, they came out all right. What do you think? I think they look decent. They're Boss wheels. The interior cleaned up pretty good. Also, keep in mind, guys, I didn't go crazy on this interior, man. I gave it a quick wipe down. I gave it a quick vacuum, and there she is. And I'll let you guys judge from the video what your thoughts are. Air conditioning is still ice cold. I just checked it again to make dang sure it's still working. This has the fold flat seats. I'm not going to do it for you, but I think maybe it's this one. Hell, I don't remember, guys. I just did it a little while ago. That's why I'm not going to do it, because there's a trick to it. I don't remember. You got to pull. Maybe it's that, and then that, or that, and then... Hell, I don't remember, guys. I'm not screwing with it because I'm liable to break it. Anyway, these do fold flat. They fold flat here, and then this piece folds flat into the floor there. I got it done a minute ago. For life me, I can't seem to do it now. There's a headliner. Looks decent. I think the interior cleaned up all right. The body cleaned up all right. Here's the back, your little cargo area back here. And I've had a lot of people asking what's going on with the Mazda. Well, it's been like 16, 17 days, and we don't have a title for it. The company that sold it or was selling it through Copart hasn't provided the title to Copart, so we can't do nothing with this car. This car just has to sit until either they get a title or we return it after 30 days if they haven't given us a title. So what do you think, guys? I think it came out pretty decent. I don't remember total what we had invested in this or what we even paid for it. But you know what? I was a little bummed and disappointed at first, but I think it really did turn out pretty nice, man. Oh, you're kidding me. We got a new light on the dash. When did that happen? Oh man, that is nice. Yeah, nice cold air conditioning, man. That is great, because this thing did not have that at first. What does that red steering wheel light mean? Y'all have to comment that below. That was not on. That was not there last time I started. You can see the temperature gauge is sitting nice and happy right in the middle. Yeah, I don't know. Put it in gear. Right into gear, man. 115,900 miles on the odometer, guys. I think that's going to be about a wrap for the Mercedes ML320 at this point. I think it's ready to go down to a weird beard. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a wrap. This was a lot of work. This was, I'm not going to lie, man. Whew, I'm beat. But I say it's a job well done. Is this SUV perfect? No, none of these cars are perfect, guys. They're not. They're old. They're used cars. You know what I mean? Hopefully nobody is out here expecting perfection out of a $1,500 car. You know what I mean? These are just old beater with heaters and occasionally air conditioners that hopefully, you know, you spend a little money on and they'll get you where you got to go for a while. These are not new cars. These are not cars that come with warranties. I personally do the best I can with what I got, with the end goal in mind of trying to make a few dollars. I'm not trying to get rich off of selling cars, guys. That's not the goal here. I'm trying to get rich on YouTube. The goal of the cars is to be able to sell reliable vehicles that I've done everything I can to make sure they're going to be solid for the next person, so I can feel good about what I sell. Even though I am not directly selling these vehicles to the public, at some point, this vehicle, all of the vehicles that go through me are going to end up in a private individual's home. Now, I can't guarantee that a motor is not going to go out next week or next month, or that a transmission's not going to fail in the same time frame. I don't know. Cars break. What I do know is when I send these things down the road, I've done everything that I can with my knowledge, my ability, and finances to make sure the next guy is going to get a decent car. And that is all I need to feel good about what I do. That's how I sleep at night. You know, in fact, now that I think about it, I can't think of anybody that's purchased a car that's come back and said, hey man, that car was junk, it blew up on me, you know, in a few days, or it blew up on me in a month, or it blew up on me in 2 months. I can't think of anybody that's come back with a serious problem or a complaint about their vehicle after purchasing them. Mainly, I think it's because you guys know what to expect. You know up front, and you also know where these are going to end up. They're going to be at Weird Beard, so if you want it, you got to go through him. So you guys get to see the progress of these vehicles from start to finish. You know what was paid for them. You know what was done to them. How can you go wrong with that? Where else can you buy a used car that you have seen the whole process documented from the time the dealer got their hands on it until the time you purchased it yourself? I think that's what makes this a very unique buying experience. Even though you're not buying directly from me, indirectly, you know where it came from. And you know that my reputation means a lot to me. And you also know that Weird Beard's reputation means a lot to him. Now, I don't know for sure if he's going to do it or not, but Weird Beard said he was going to tackle painting that front bumper black just to make it match. So you might want to go check out Weird Beard on YouTube, because I think he's gonna handle that. If not, you're gonna see him document from his purchase, you know, where he picks up the car, he takes possession, he takes ownership of this vehicle, and you're going to follow it to basically to the vehicle's new home. Whatever he decides to do with it, that's his decision. It's his money from that point on. So definitely go check out Weird Beard on YouTube and follow the progress of these cars as they transition over to his channel once I'm done with them. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sure did enjoy making it for you. Hopefully this is the last video for me, anyway, on the ML320. Get this down to Weird Beard, get me a little bit of cash, and hopefully he can make a few bucks profit on it as well. Everybody's happy. Everybody wins. As long as nobody's trying to get rich off of it, everybody can make a little bit of money. I'm happy with that. I'm perfectly satisfied. I'm content with that, and I hope you guys enjoy following this series along with all the cars. If you did enjoy watching, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys. It does so much to support the channel, you have no idea. Really, just hitting that thumbs up button helps a lot. You want to go a step further, share the video with your friends. That helps even more. And if you want to go a step further than that, you can join the membership down below in the join button. There's a little join button down there. Just click that little button for $1.99 a month. It does help support the channel. I truly appreciate every one of you that take the time to just watch the video. Even if you don't do anything else other than just watch the video, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to die of a heat stroke. It was insanely hot in Oklahoma today. I got to get home, edit this video for you guys, and I've got a ton more cars to fix, a ton more. We won another one today that's sitting back there, and I just found out that I won another one. This is an S-Class, and you guys are going to die when you see what I paid for it. I think I won it for $325 for an S-Class, and if I remember correctly, this is a facelift S-Class on top of that, so stay tuned. That one should definitely be interesting. I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope everybody is happy, healthy, safe. I hope your families are all doing well. Until next time, everybody, stay safe out there, and I will catch you all very soon in the next one.